bet you'd like to see how we built this, huh? I did it in 3 different sections, so if you want to pay attention, you can watch and see how we did this. Now for now, it's your move. What you gonna do? Okay, well, been building the box for the chessboard now. So I've already run the 45 degrees on here, put them in a square, made sure that they're all squared up. I'll be doing some sanding and stuff on it. But the front and back, I need to have drawers, so I'm going to have to cut a hole, and then I'll use my magic scroll saw to square up the hole so that the drawers can slide in and out. So we'll get to going on seeing how that goes. So let's try a little bit of magic. Do a couple at a time. But through the magic of video, watch this. Well, that really saved me some time. Okay, so now I have the rear and the front. I'm done sanding, getting all cleared up, getting all these adjusted. I use my fancy frame squaring tool and glue these up. Make sure everything stays nice and square. So keep an eye on it. I'm going to speed the camera up a little bit because this can be time consuming and boring to watch. Now I'm just going to let that sit on there. Off now. Pull this off. It's a simple thing of just releasing that part there and removing these. And then these fold up nice and neat for storage and put them away. Have I ever mentioned how much I hate sanding? Hours and hours of sanding. It's necessary, and there's really no easier way to do it. When you get down to the last part, you want to make it look just right. You gotta get rid of all the little pencil marks. You got to make sure that you're going with the grain. And wow, hours and hours of sanding. I think I hate sanding. I think I need a beer. Getting ready to make part of the base, and I want the base to be equal to the size of the top. So I've got these all beveled up, and I'll fit them to the corners here, make sure that they're all the right size. So as this comes together, this outside framework part will be equal to the size of the outside of the top. So when it's sandwiched together, you'll see this frame will actually be underneath. And there'll be a piece of wood across here. So I'm going to bevel a channel in here to set the base into. Okay, using this fancy little tool again. I haven't tightened them up yet. I'm just getting it a dry fit for now before I glue it up. It's starting to come together. So hopefully you can see that's where the chamfer is. If I bring this up a little bit, you can see the chamfer there as well. So I'll be using this to glue it all up, make that nice and solid, and then we'll measure out and cut the bottom piece that's going to fit in there, and we'll go from there. Well, I got to say, after over 40 years of automotive work and working with power tools and woodworking and stuff, almost lost my thumb. Well, after 40 years, I guess that's not too bad, but it's a reminder that even those that are pretty well experienced and educated on how to do this, it can still be a problem. I almost cut the top half of my thumb off. They're able to put it all back together, so I'll be out of commission woodworking for a little while. But always remember, working with power tools is a serious business, and they're not a toy. So always make sure that you're paying attention. Always make sure you got the guards on. Do everything you can to make sure you keep yourself safe. Because even experienced people like myself can sometimes just get careless and sometimes think, oh, we take it for granted, everything's going to be okay. And then next thing you know, the table decides to take part of you away. Always be careful working with tools of any kind. And don't let this happen to you. Stay safe. Okay, getting ready to build the boxes to slide into these drawers. So what I've done is I've cut this board to be the front to where it fits nice and neat in the front here. Once I have it assembled and that goes in, I have to trim it a little bit more. Then I'll put a facing board of the walnut on top of this with the knob, so it'll fit nice and flush, and it'll overlap slightly so it hits the edges of the box. But in order to make this box, what I've done is I put it together. These two pieces are going to come to a corner. I want to do something similar to a dovetail, but they'll be squared off instead of actually looking like a dovetail. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, what that's called when they do that, but it interlocks. So what it is, I put this together nice and neat. I took my pencil and I just kind of eyeball. I draw lines straight across, showing where I want the cuts to be. And once I've done that, then I use the pencil to darken in the spot where the material will be removed. Once I've done that, then I also take this piece here and I line it up against here and draw a line. So that gives me the line showing me how far to make that deep cut. Because the base is depressed in here, when you first go to put this in, you can see how it's rocking. To avoid that, what I've done is I took a couple of pieces of wood, and this is actually where I damaged my thumb a little bit doing this part, but I was cutting these pieces here, so when I set them in roughly about like this, they're flush with the mouth opening. And now when I go to put the drawer in, I'll hold these two steady for a moment because they're not glued in yet. So I put it in, and notice there's no up and down wobbling. Keeps it nice and level going in. Also, the reason I do this is this will eliminate the amount of surface area that is rubbing on the surface of the base of the box. It'll just have 2 points, minimizes the amount of friction and drag so that they'll slide a little bit more easily. Okay, so now I've got the box sitting on top of the base, just about the location where I want it to be. I had the chessboard on it a minute ago to make sure that it lines up with the outside of the base. Looks great. Well, hi, as you can see that I've completed it. I've sandwiched all the pieces together and took 3 segments of film to watch this, and this is part 3, but it's all done, ready to go, and I'm excited to start playing with the game. All right, are you gonna move or what? This is my move here. So anyway, while I whip my opponent, thanks for watching again, and look forward to seeing you on the next project that I put together. See you next time.